So one of my favorite quotes from the reading was, "Utility and art don't mix," said by Smithson. And I think that's such a first world reaction, or such a first world thing to say about art, because it's just not true. Utility and art do mix. But the rest of the reading, I really did. It was really thought-provoking. And at first I was kind of like, I was against it in the sense that I was like, what, an art museum? Like, how are you going to diss this art museum? Which, now that I think of it, I hate museums. I think they're so boring. When you walk into a museum, it's so overwhelming. There's just people, and it's so like hushed and quiet. It totally neutralizes the art in a museum. And so, for example, I live near the Pompeii ruins in Italy. And before I moved here, I knew I wanted to see the Pompeii ruins. That was on my bucket list. And so I came here, and when I got there, I was just totally immersed in this art, in this ancient world, and it was such an emotional experience for me. It's good to note that a lot of the art from Pompeii is actually housed, like, it's protected and housed in the Archaeological Museum in Naples, Italy. And so when you go to see like a lot of that original mosaics and frescoes, it's very beautiful, but it's not as beautiful as experiencing it in Pompeii. And I get why they did it. They did it because there's a lot of corruption, and a lot of stuff has already been stolen from Pompeii. So yeah, we have to keep the stuff in museums. So we have this for generations to come. But a more modern version of what I'm saying, or like an example of this with modern art, would be like if I go to, I'm from San Francisco, so if I go to the SF MoMA, the art is beautiful and like awesome and very commercialized almost, if you will. But it's not the same as like experiencing it and being immersed in it. For example, if you go to, say, like Burning Man or music festivals, I've been to a couple of both, and it's the art, experiencing an art, it's like, you can't even describe it, but experiencing the art with the music in the setting is just completely different, and it is such a different emotional experience than experiencing it in a museum, for example. But yeah, as far as the neutrality of museums, I'd never even thought of this before reading this assignment, but the museums do neutralize the art. They take the positive charge out of the art, and it's not as an emotional of an experience with the art. But you can't commoditize and commercialize art that's not worthy of going in a museum, I guess. I don't know. If that makes sense. It's society, I guess. But yeah.